And we're back.
Yeah. With that unexpected interruption. And I had an epiphany on why I definitely should be going to the left and trying to make that platform. Basically, if I hold left, oh please do it. Oh no! I was going to say get a phone call every time. It's going to result in that happening. But if I hold left and I miss the edge, then I should automatically, hopefully, get in the warp block anyway, and get warped back to the right and be able to have another go at it.
I think that's what John did. And he panicked.
Oh yeah, you would because you'd fly off to the left-hand side again, back into the middle. But yeah, I don't even know why I didn't even think about it. If I pulled that one off, I'd have done it because the rest of them are well. Let's not go that far because I might have screwed up the final jump again. But the top two, there's obviously no upwards. There's no upward spike to have to worry about. So no. And yeah.
How would you compare the section in terms of difficulty in kind of comparison to say needle games and things like that? Some kind of elements of those games.
It depends on the needle game. I mean, frankly, I've probably only played the more simple needle games. I think if you're talking about like some of the really hardcore or even just the difficult needle games, then I probably haven't played them. They probably find them too difficult. So compared to the ones I've played, I'd probably say this is probably even though it's one section, it's probably one of the most difficult bits. But I think in comparison to what I would think of as a true needle game, it probably doesn't come anywhere near it.
Yeah, that's why I always get confused. Like, a few people who play like needle games who play Sublime and found it too difficult, or they found it difficult. They're just confused between.
I mean, I don't play many of them. Not Another Needle game is probably the best one, or the most one that I can think of that that was terrible. Let me get set up a bit better. But I'm just trying to think of maybe other needle games that I've kind of gone all the way through. I don't tend to. I don't mind them. I will kind of play them, but I really much prefer the more of an emphasis on platforming and gimmick stuff rather than just pure needle stuff. I think the games themselves as well tend to be something like this is I mean I think you're probably at the high end of the scale anyway, but way up there on the the imagination and creative side. Whereas I kind of feel like a needle game. I know I would probably still do a poor job, but I feel like I could create and just rooms full of intricate spike jumps and things that loop around.
I've always found them kind of interesting, especially in this age. Just because they keep the whole focus on the kind of mechanics of the system. I've always just been taken back by people who the games never play. Found Sublime really difficult.
For anyone who can complete, some of the really, some of the more difficult needle games, then they'd have no problem with this. I mean, seriously, if I can complete this on, or what's there at the moment anyway, the four paths on hard mode, not even medium mode, on hard mode, then frankly anyone could beat this on medium if they had enough, platforming. Okay, maybe not everyone, but if they are kind of obviously au fait and fairly skilled at the I want to be type games or whatever, then if I can do this on hard, then I'm sure most people, given enough time, patience or whatever, could complete this on medium.
Yeah, I'm sure it could as well. Just a bit of another impression.
I had the very same. Wow, that was dreadful. The very same impression when I kind of first saw. I didn't go. What am I doing? Didn't watch kind of too much of it, but when I kind of first got wind of the game and kind of saw what was going on, my first impression was this is beyond me. This is going to annoy me way too much, and I'm probably just going to this is probably above my skill level. That was hand on heart my first impression of this. I kind of got cajoled, kind of. What was that, sorry?
And then you go LP on.
Yeah. Well, times obviously, times change. Obviously, you play the thing, and it turns out to be nowhere near as bad as you think.
Mm.
But that was absolutely my first impression. I thought it was way beyond my capabilities. I tell you what's really good about this actually as well. I don't actually experience the or it doesn't seem to anyway, the lag that you would get with the music ending. Because believe me, that would bug the hell out of me if I was in the middle of doing that spike thing jump. You imagine that? You're in the middle of doing this bouncy bit. Oh, all of a sudden the music cuts out and it pauses your game for a split second. Oh. Thankfully, I don't think I've ever had that happen. I can kind of tolerate it elsewhere, but oh my god, if that happened on this, I would be so pissed off.
I didn't get up there and it would crash.
Oh yeah, no, that would be, that would be the icing on the cake. There's absolutely no reason for it to crash, but yeah. I'm sure Windows 8 can find some random reason. Damn! Yeah, I feel like I should have had this done half an hour ago. Or however long ago it was. It feels like half an hour ago. I'm sure it probably wasn't quite as long ago as that, but...
I find that fun games, like you'll do a room and like, you know, when you first go at it, you'll almost make it all the way through, like even a number of times, and then, you know, you'll mess up at the last bit.
Yep.
And then like, it'll take half an hour for you to even get back to that.
My second go on anything, I don't know, I can't imagine it's just purely an instinct thing, because sometimes certain tricks and traps, obviously you're never going to know are there, but I swear to God, my first go on something usually turns out to be quite good, and then the second go is usually absolutely awful, and I usually get maybe like a tenth of the way through I got the first go. It's unbelievable. But no, I do find that so often that yeah, sometimes, I mean obviously it will depend a little bit, but yeah, the first, you get somewhere really far, really early on, and then yeah, I cannot get back there for the life of me. No. But I actually got there. I was amazed I actually did it a second time that quickly. It was only like a couple of, you know, no more maybe 5 minutes after I did it the first time, so that was pretty good. But obviously it's been way longer than that since I did it the second go. Oh. Yeah, I just cannot quite judge. I can never judge the height at which I'm going to bounce off these things.
I think it is just a pure reaction setting, really, isn't it?
I can't. If I was able to definitively bounce off the wall and say, yeah, okay, I'm going to land at that height, or I'm going to appear at that height, I'd say no. But I can never do it. Sometimes a small jump will get me where I need to go, and sometimes I need to hold the button down, you know, as much as possible. So yes, it purely is reaction to where I appear on screen. But you don't have a lot of time to react.
Need to be a ninja.
Yeah. No. Whoops, that was bad.
Definitely miss those bus saves and stuff, don't you?
Oh well, like I said, I mean, I really, part 3 is where I noticeably missed the. I didn't really miss the wuss saves. Maybe like one or the odd one or something on you know, the first 2 piles, but nothing. Even then, nothing certainly that compares to this. The lack of, which is also true, to be honest, on path 4 as well. I'm seriously, there's again maybe like one save that would be kind of appreciated that I'm not going to get, but beyond that, oh no! Path 3 is the killer one. That's why I honestly actually feel that most people who even kind of this is the path that ramps up the difficulty between medium and hard for me. The other paths I really don't think there's all that much of a difference. Funnily enough, I know it sounds really weird to say, but Yeah, this is. Well, I knew it was going to be. I knew it was going to be the. Yeah, I've been kind of saying it for right at the beginning and pretty much all the way through. But yeah, I knew this pass was going to be the one. Oh, this song's driving me round the bend.
I was actually going to say, pick it out. John convinced me to keep it down.
It's very fitting.
Oh.
Yes, no, no.
Unlucky.
Oh, this section is. I'm actually just trying to kind of like think ahead to other things in Path 3 that are going to really bug the hell out of me. And even like on like normal mode, I can't think of anything that actually gives me as much trouble as this.
About the Happy Snowflake corridor.
If I can get into a whoa, that was lucky as hell. If I can get into a rhythm, it'll probably take me a bit of time just to get a pattern back for it. But I feel like you're still more in control. You're in control of what you're doing. Whereas this one, I just feel like part of it is to where the game's going to spit me out from the warp or the bounce block or whatever. So I just feel like it's a bit more just out of my control, which kind of just cranks up the frustration level a bit more. Whereas the Snowflake corridor, as annoying as it is, I kind of feel like, okay, fine. If it's the same every time. If you die, it's because you did something wrong.
Yeah.
Why am I not? That was really weird. Ugh. Bloody hell. Oh, they will be coming to take me away in a moment. Ah!
To the happy home. You know, at one point I actually considered, because I wanted the Sublime to have lots of different elements in it from the game. I was considered having these in the Sublime Climb along with the drop blocks from the room after lunch carrots.
Right. I'm somewhat more relieved you went with ice walls. Not that they're particularly fun. Damn! Oh. Right. Okay, what I need to do if I get to the last one is maybe not. I don't think I'm kind of like panicking per se, but I don't know. I think I may be trying to do it just a little bit too quickly or something. That last bit, because I need to remember that I don't have a spike above me that I to be worried about whacking into. I need to, whatever happens, I need to make a full jump. And I need to, and then move to the right. I shouldn't move to the right immediately. I should, whatever happens. If I get that far!
Do you know the Doom series?
Yes.
Commander Keen was actually made by the same people who made Doom.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I just thought that.
Bloody hell.
There's actually a Commander Keen Easter egg in one of the Doom games. I don't know which one it was.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. I've never played Doom.
Doom's fun. Not big into my FPSs, but I really like the Doom series.
I'm not a huge first-person shooter at all. Doesn't matter what game. I mean, most of the games kind of, not a lot of them now, particularly like Xbox One, PS4, all kind of tail around those. What on earth am I doing? Those kind of ones, and they have no appeal to me whatsoever. I grew up on platformers, so
Yeah. I will say though that Doom is a totally different experience because I can completely appreciate your sentiments towards kind of modern FPSs. I'm not really, I don't enjoy them myself either. But as I said, Doom's just a very completely different kind of fish.
I've never even gone anywhere near them. I just know that I just know they're not my type of style of things. I know that song probably sounds a bit. Well, how can you knock it till you've tried it? But
Yeah.
it's the same with like the kind of the beat 'em ups, all the kind of the blood and gore games. Just again, they hold no appeal to me whatsoever. But it's probably what I hesitate to use the phrase "this generation," but this generation of kind of like kids and gamers is probably geared towards now. I don't mind kind of like strategy kind of games, but to a point.
I played too many strategy kind of games, to be honest. I was really into them.
Platformers and puzzles puzzle games are my fortes. Yeah, like I said, I've not actually kind of doing this kind of the co-commentary thing has kind of meant that I've not got anywhere near as pissed off as I would have done had I done this twice and screwed up. But I mean, seriously, I am starting to get to the point where it's kind of like, why did I have to do that? Or why did that have to happen? That one is. I still think I know I died quite a lot on the third left one, but I still think getting myself set for that second one on the left is what gets me the most. Well,
yeah.
Didn't expect it to crash there. Terrific. Resetting. Oh, that was dumb, wasn't it? Yay! Even more Windows 8 crashes. Now, preempting. If I can get to the top, let's say if. At this point in time, and not when. If I get to the top of this screen, it will crash. So that's going to be another fun one to have to deal with. But yeah, I'm not expecting it to crash there. I don't really know why. Didn't seem like there was too many sound things happening. I have no idea. Windows 8 is just pathetic. God, so close, so often. Go! No! I'm going to tear my hair out in a minute! I don't even know what really happened there. If something goes wrong on this section, it's almost impossible to right yourself as well because your brain just can't. Unless you know when that you're going to land, you're going to hit one of these things. You can train your brain to say, right, okay, now I need to do this. If it happens accidentally or you weren't expecting it, it is nigh on impossible, or at least for my brain anyway, to react to what's happened. Bloody hell. I love how the music as well, when I just kind of like finishing saying that I was really annoyed at that bit, the music was at the line, laughed and laughed and laughed. Oh, why? What? No! Yeah, here's hoping this is the worst part of this Let's Play. Damn it! I'm sure it won't be, actually.
How'd you do with the boss of this area?
Oh, I wasn't going to maybe say anything, but I think that's possibly what's going to take me longer. But I can live with a boss. I can live with it. I can live with it. A boss taking, an excessive amount of time. That feels slightly different to, platforming kind of things. Bosses are perfectly acceptable to get stuck on for ages. Yeah, I'm just trying to think of anything in one bit that's going to cause me as much problems as this. I can't think of anything that immediately springs to mind. Although there may well be something. Obviously, we'll just have to see how things go. But nothing that I'm going to have done twice and then screwed up getting the last bit right. Anyway.
Yeah.
Did you ever think about making this longer, shorter?
I thought about toning it down a few times. But, I don't know, give it a bit of a kind of iconic segment.
Yeah.
Like the balloon room.
Yeah, I'm fine with the balloon room. I have no issue whatsoever with the balloon room. Frankly, I should have had no issue with this. I did it twice in the first 10 minutes, and now I can't do it again. Frankly, I couldn't. I mean, this is way harder than the balloon room, and I would probably ordinarily have a slight cause for complaint about this section, but I can't. I really can't. I really can't complain about it during how it's transpired during this Let's Play. I should have had this done twice, and like twice in the first 10 minutes of trying. I mean, it was just ridiculous. I can't believe that happened.
It's essentially a series of sideways gate jumps, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess so. Without feeling like I'm fully in control of the character either. Yeah. Why this bottom right one? Oh, bloody hell, seriously. No. Wow. I can't believe the height of that thing spawned me at. And it just plummeted as well. What on earth happened there? What? Oh my god, seriously. He's spawning in way too low now that I can barely even reach the damn thing. It's... Bloody hell! This better be the worst part of the platforming bit.
I have a look at the code.
Wow. No, again, for some silly reason. Wow, say, this is...
It's actually constant. It's constant. It's going to be different based upon where you collide with the actual block. You're moving across 110 pixels, and you're moving up by about 3.
Well, this is all my own fault anyway. I brought this all on myself. God, for God's sake. Really? I'm sure I would have done this again if I hadn't had to do that. Hadn't had to do the first bit over and over again. Not that I'm blaming that or anything, because that's like easy bit. And it, although I am dying on it from time to time, it's there's nothing difficult about this first bit. Oh my god!
Oh, we did it.
Holy crap! crap.
Can I ask